Hello, I am Zach from the band DEADLETTER, and we are here at Borderline Festival.
Hello, my name is Clio and I'm in the band Man Woman Chainsaw, and I'm also here at Borderline Festival. You have an album coming out really soon.
Yes.
How does that feel?
I don't know, I'm sure you guys will understand this feeling too, but it's like, I think the immediate response to announcing an album is quite a lot of anxiety and worry, and you don't, and then the closer it gets to the time, the more you come to accept that it's not yours anymore, in a way. Do you know what I mean? We're almost at the point at which it's no longer just something that belongs to and is observed by us ourselves. I don't know, and everyone talks about the second album being the difficult one, but I think we had a lot more fun with this one. I think the first one was the result of kind of 2.5, 3 years of doing quite a lot of touring. That meant that all the tunes, apart from maybe one or two of them, we'd played live before. And so I think because we played a lot of it live, you become very attached to certain ideas and certain moments within it. Actually, it's really helpful when we were going into the second one to go into the studio without too much preconceived. We went in, I think 80%, 90% of the songs we hadn't played before. And so there's nothing
Live.
to be, yeah. So
Yeah.
there was nothing
for the
to be,
second album?
yeah, for the second one.
Okay, yeah.
So there was nothing to be attached to. There was, and it's much more liberating, because I really do believe that if you hear something constantly, or someone repeatedly tells you something, or anything, if anything is repeated, eventually you become convinced that it's the only way to do it, And
I got comments from what you're saying. We recorded our debut album that's coming out in the summer. We recorded it last summer,
right.
And we literally wrote it and then 2 weeks later recorded it. But you're saying that that's something that you like doing, right?
Yeah.
I have found that I'm obviously really happy with how the record sounds, but I really, really enjoy the process of gigging a song so much, and then literally new ideas come, and then like even now we've got it all recorded and it's like mastered and it's done, and now I'm starting to gig all the songs. Like literally new ideas will come, and I'll be kicking myself the rest of my life because I can't listen to it on the record. But that's just like interesting conflict of opinion. But I feel like you said the second record was a lot more fun. I'm so gassed to make our second album.
Yeah.
There was a certain amount of stress around making the first one. I don't know what it was. It was like we felt like a real time pressure to do it all in this summer. And now there's just been like a release of like we haven't had to write for a few months. Now I'm actually so excited to get in the room as well and write with them. I think we've also just like changed a lot as musicians throughout the process of making this album.
Of course.
But yeah, it's a lot sooner for you.
Yeah.
Ours is not coming out till August.
No, but I mean, I would also agree with what you said there. Like, I do think that is one thing that, songs can take shape through the live show.
Yeah, for sure.
I suppose what I was referring to is maybe there are aspects of songs which aren't so necessary, which you can become attached to simply because you've done it so many times. Mm-hmm. But you're right, and I think there's also something to be said for... Or
sorry to interrupt, or you get in the room and a producer or someone will say, actually, that's not good, and you'll be like, are you joking, mate? I played this
exactly.
so much, I can't take that, you can't take that away from me.
Yeah, and that can be difficult, when you're attached to something, and I think sometimes that your own stubbornness, or just kind of having gotten to know it, it can be really shattering, you know? I think that shattering effect wasn't there as much when we recorded this album, because we'd been writing it since really the release of the first one, but we'd only kind of refined it and finished it all about a week before we went into the studio. And we didn't write it all then, but kind of like brought it all in. So there were things, I guess we were just more open-minded, and we were more attentive. And who did you record with?
Margot Broom and Seth Evans.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how was that?
Great. Yeah. Seth is obviously had a lot of experience in the similar scene, and he really he would you'd have a part, I'd have a part that I wasn't too sure about, and then he would just while I was recording it, I could see him in the booth just being like, and I'd be like, okay, cool. You made me feel a lot better about it. Yeah.
Right.
Do you know them?
We used to did a live session up at Margot's place years ago,
A Hermitage.
Yeah,
Cool.
up at Hermitage. And Seth, I think I've maybe met a few times, but I wouldn't consider us like best friends.
A funny Instagram account called a Windmill Meme. And yesterday they posted a picture of him and was like, when you're in so many band accounts, when you're in so many different bands, they call you polyamorous. And it was just his face. I thought it was hilarious.
Wow.
Polyamorous.
Windmill memes.
Windmill memes.
I'll have to have a look at that.
You're probably on there somewhere, right?
Wow.
There's stacks.
That'll be the day, actually. I don't think anyone's ever made a meme.
I guess there's 6 people in your band, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like same.
Yeah.
How old are you guys?
We are, our age spans from 26 to 32.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah.
I guess like the median is probably 28.
Yeah, that would be about right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's maths.
That's very
that's
fast
fucking
maths,
maths. What about you guys?
We're all 20 and 21.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You've got so much time.
I know. It's very exciting. I mean, the band started when they were all 16, and then I joined when I was 17.
Right.
And then it's really weird to think that now we've been doing this thing for almost like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and like we've just finished a tour with this band called Little Grandad,
Right.
and they have literally just started. Like they're a bit older than us, but they're brothers as well. 2 of them are brothers, and they started like singing together like less than like 10 months ago or something, and they
Wow.
have like serious blood harmony. Like I was watching their set, and there is not a single out of tune note. Those guys, yeah.
Wow.
They're great. Shout out Little Grandad. They did a great job supporting
Okay.
us. How did
Right.
you guys all meet?
We so 3 of us, myself, and then George, the bassist, and then Alfie, the drummer. We all grew up in small towns in North Yorkshire.
Oh,
So I'd kind of always known Alf, and then George and I went to school together. And then it kind of just started as a sort of weekend project, I guess. We used to go busking.
cool.
Covers the
Never
kind of,
done that.
Yeah, I mean it's I think it really did have a long-lasting effect on me as a performer, because it was so terrifying. You know, it's like there's one thing, I think playing on a stage for the first time, yeah, it's scary, and there's nothing, there's no kind of denying that. But when you're in the street and people aren't there to see live music,
Yeah,
you know, they're doing their shopping and stuff. It was an intense way to begin, but I think it actually helped me with my own confidence, you know, and I think also it helped me to learn to sing, because we were unamplified for a lot of it.
Really, just
belting
just
it
like,
into
wow.
the streets of Scarborough or
Whereabouts? Oh, and where you grew up?
Yeah, Scarborough, York, and then Whitby. All kind of like, most of them seaside towns. So when's your album out?
August 7th, I think, is the date. We just did all the artwork for it. We shot a video the other day.
Okay.
It's pretty awesome,
Nice.
if I do say so myself.
Nice.
And yeah, we've done all the artwork. It's being like mastered right about now, and then first single will be in April.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited,
Yeah.
because so far we had an EP come out 2 years ago.
Right.
No. Yeah, 2 years ago. Crazy.
Yeah.
Year before last.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like super gassed. Like, obviously the whole thing you said about, I think while you were talking about how like you like having expectations for it, and like seeing how if I do say so about my band, we are not even particularly me, but they are not a pessimistic bunch, but not like a,
Yeah.
there is
Yeah,
no
yeah.
like toleration of like sitting around glazing us. Like there's a few members who just do not stand for that, and I think that's actually gonna really, really help us, because
Yeah.
like I think it's really, really healthy to not sit around and think like, damn, this album's actually gonna do waves. Like, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's just like, we've made this, we like it. I mean, we really hope other people like it. It touches some part of people in some way.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited to have it out, and like I think it's really we've like made sense of like how the instruments all fit in, because it's quite a big. What is your lineup?
It's 2 guitars, bass, drums, sax, stroke, bass, clarinet. Now there's also a sampler involved,
Yeah, that
as
sampler,
you
yeah,
heard in our sound check. And then I play acoustic guitar sometimes, but mainly just on vocals. And then you guys,
I have mixed opinions about acoustic guitars in live bands.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't like it. But
Okay,
I'll watch
well,
your set.
Yeah. Let me know afterwards.
Yeah. Ours is 2 guitars. They're both called Billy as well, which is funny.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, Billy, turn the amp down. Which one?
Yeah. Okay.
And bass and synth and keys, 3 vocals, drums, and me on electric violin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like saying electric violin, even though like technically on the album it's like all acoustic.
Is it just, are you unable to bring the acoustic one into a live setting?
Oh yeah. There's just
much.
way too much going on. It would feedback heavy.
Would it work on a bigger stage or not?
Not really. I mean, I know that Georgia from Black Country New Road, that's what she does, and there's
Right.
like 7 of them. I know she's always played with an acoustic and a pickup, but I did that at first when I first joined, but I really enjoy playing electric. Like,
You do?
I
You
love
don't
it.
find yourself kind of yearning for the sort of acoustic?
No, I love electric violin. I love feeling like I'm part of the electric guys.
Yeah. Do you use pedals?
I do, yeah.
You do, right?
I do, totally.
Okay.
I
I
have-
think yeah.
I have a rat distortion, I have a slapback delay,
Okay.
and I have an EQ, but that's a bit boring.
Okay. Nice.
Obviously, you're the only singer in the band, right?
No, there's 4 of us.
Oh,
But
fine.
I'm lead vocals, so
Okay, yeah.
it's everything else is kind of harmony, and other bits of melody.
What's the like writing process saying?
So I just write lyrics. Like I just and what I mean by that is not I only write lyrics, but I write lyrics without music. So I have like just these notebooks which are full of lyrics, and then sometimes it might start with me bringing something into the room, or a lot of the time it starts with George and Alf, the rhythm section, bringing something into the room, which we then all build around, or anyone can bring something in, whether it's just a little bit of melody or whether it's a fully formed song. But I never write lyrics with it in mind what the music's going to be like, which can be quite interesting, because I think that makes me quite, without even realizing it, makes me very responsive to the music. And so when I'm flicking through the book whilst an idea is being played, I often land on something that seems to work, and I'm never quite sure why I've landed on it, but it just does. And I guess it's the kind of the length of the sentences and the content, and I have a lot of stuff which I go back to and I'm like, I don't ever want to use this, but I'd say it's a very collaborative process.
Do you all like share the same music taste and like?
No, which I think makes it interesting.
Yeah,
I think that we all have very varying tastes, and I guess that if you all had the same taste, it would probably sound a very specific way.
End up ripping off.
You're just going to rip off whoever that is.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's very varied, and I think that probably has quite a lot of influence on the sound that we make, and maybe as well as the reason that our albums, we've done 2 albums, it's hardly like we've done loads, but I think especially with this new album, you can hear through it that there are different things going on. It's not just, I think album 1 felt quite suffocating as a listener, which was something that we hadn't really anticipated because we hadn't listened to it as an album before we recorded it.
Suffocating how?
I think it's just very intense,
Right.
and I actually think in hindsight we hadn't quite realised that there wasn't much opportunity for respite, and maybe with this second album we slightly had that in mind, that as a listener it's nice to have a bit of variety and a bit of an opportunity to let your mind go to a different place.
Yeah. Margot Broom actually said something really interesting when we were like kind of writing and like in the process of recording it. So we always write at our drummer Lola's house. We like go there for like a week and like set up everything, and that's what we did in the summer. And they came and like listened to it all at the end of the week, and I think we were all like, they're gonna love it, it's gonna be great. And then Margot came in and we played it to her, and she was like, you know what, guys, like if everything's epic, nothing's epic. So then she really convinced us to like pull back and like work on some tracks that are just way more just like varied, like you say. And I think that really, really helped, because otherwise we would have had a really full-on record, which just sounds like you feel like you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was good that she gave us that advice.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And what's your guys' process? Like, is it very collaborative, or are they core writers, or?
Yeah, so Vera and Billy are the like primary songwriters, and then Emily actually has an amazing song on the album that she sings lead on, which I love. It's like one of my favorites on the album. But yeah, it would just be like a chorus or an idea, or like our song Only Girl is like very violin heavy. That was like we like started at like 10 a.m. in the morning, and they were just kind of like jokingly like doing the shoegaze like kind of doo doo doo, and then
Right.
I just started like riffing over it, and it came so quickly, and then it was just like song done.
Yeah.
It was we probably wrote it in like an hour and a half, and that was actually a really nice process. We all did the lyrics in the room together.
Okay,
There
wow.
was lots of like, nah, it shouldn't be girl, it should be one. Like,
Yeah.
God, it wasn't called Only One. That would have been terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it sounds very similar to yours. Like just kind of like an idea turns into like literally everyone.
I think as well, when you've got the opportunity to utilize 6 brains, like why not?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and I think actually that you know, it's like having loads of different ingredients to make something. You might as well chuck them all in and see what the final flavor is. You know.
And then I feel like if it's just driven by one person, then I feel like I know bands where like members just end up feeling like session players and stuff, and it's like you want to feel like a real belonging to what you're playing, and like feel like you're proud to play it, and you're not just like playing someone else's part. I've probably worked for some people, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah, you said Leonard Cohen was your inspiration for that.
So
Comes and Creep. What's it called?
It Comes Creeping. Yeah.
Yeah. I listened to it. I fucked with it. Yeah.
So there's a line in It Comes Creeping. It never calls you by your name, but summons you for slaughter. And
Wait, what was that following?
but summons you for slaughter. So it's you know it's dark, but that specific line, it never calls you by your name. It had been in my notes app for a few years before I wrote the lyrics. I think it was the first time I'd ever been in Berlin, and it was really cold.
Playing a show.
Yeah, playing a show. It was very cold. We were driving in, and I was listening to Songs of Love and Hate by Leonard Cohen, which is one of my favourite albums of all time. And I think I was feeling particularly melancholic after the show, and I was thinking of the song Love Calls You By Your Name, and then I thought of this idea that whatever I was feeling, whatever was causing me kind of, you know, pain or whatever it was, that wouldn't call me by my name because it's not love. You know, and I just had this it never calls you by your name in my notes, and then I eventually put it into the kind of all the lyrics of It Comes Creeping. So yeah, who'd have thought?
I can think of many ways that applies to like a lot of situations and feelings.
Yeah, and I guess the other thing with that song is I still don't want to be too specific in my description of it. You know, like people have said, like, what is the it in It Comes Creeping? And I'm like, I think the ambiguity of the song is what's important, because actually it's probably one of the few tunes where I'm actually considering the listener, and the listener, I think, should be able to draw their own conclusions, you know, such as with paintings. And, you know, you guys referenced a painting for your artwork, Whistle Jacket. What brought that inspiration on?
This is a long time ago now. That song came out in 2023, but it is like the one. Actually, I think we like to think a lot about the artwork and the covers. Everyone does.
Yeah.
But I guess the song has quite a galloping nature to it. And then it's just a really beautiful painting, but instead of just keeping it as it is, I don't even know if you're allowed to do that, just have a piece of artwork as your cover. Our drummer Lola, she's a great graphic designer. She just edited it to have like 6 legs. Yeah. And there's 6 of us. So it's
I never thought about that.
And then actually we experimented with like, a lot of Photoshop. Like at one point the picture was, we did like a shoot where we all like stood on stools like these, and like were like balancing, and then she photoshopped it so we were all on the horse.
Right.
But it just looked really goofy.
Probably, yeah. Okay.
I feel like having all 6 members on a horse is just like,
maybe
luckily we didn't use that.
Yeah.
But it's just And then I was in the National Gallery with my mum, and I turned my head and I was like, oh my God, there it is. Like, I didn't even know it was in like a free gallery in London. That's like so cool. And then I just stared at it for about 20 minutes and was like, yeah, you mean a lot to me, dude.
Yeah.
This horse.
Like, yeah. And do we know any backstory on the horse? No.
By George Stubbs.
By George Stubbs.
It's a very nice horse.
Stubbs. Was it shot? Do we know?
Shot?
Well, I don't know. Did it lose a race?
I wouldn't like to think so.
No, probably. Sorry, I didn't need to take it there. But no, I remember when you guys released that. I remember I was very drawn by the artwork, you know, and I think that actually sometimes it's important. It is important.
That's
like
tied in nicely.
Yeah, but artwork is important. You know, it is, and I think. Do you guys make the decisions as a six?
Yeah, which can be chaotic.
It's painful, isn't it? It's so difficult. It's so difficult.
Yeah, my ideas are just like they never land, and that's not because they're bad. It's just because no one shares the same ideas. But that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I'll
take them elsewhere.
No, yeah, this is what you've got to tell yourself. It's not. I'm not bad. It's just everyone else doesn't think it's good.
I mean, that's quite a general. Like, no, obviously we all really like all the artwork. Actually, the EP artwork was like this guy, we rehearsed in a vicarage, and downstairs he was like using one of the rooms as a studio. So he would basically hear us rehearse all the time. So we asked him to do the artwork. So I guess it was like it like bled through and like the floors, and then he put it on canvas, and it's awesome. Shout out Tom.
Wow. Okay, nice. Tom.
What's your artwork saying?
So the current album, it's actually so we basically a friend of ours, and also our videographer, etc. His mum, Karen is her name. She did a kind of exhibition, and we went along. And some of the things she had in the exhibition, she'd made these. She'd photographed these ice cubes with slips of paper inside them, which said different things. And Alfie, the drummer, had gone along to that and kind of come back to us and thought maybe she'd be up for doing one of these with us. Thankfully with this album, one of the before we'd even finalised the track list, I already had the idea for the name, Existence is Bliss. So we just kind of worked. George, I think, found some old font to put on the paper, and then it actually got frozen in an ice cube and then photographed. So that the front cover is an actual ice cube with the piece of paper frozen inside it. Yeah, cold, exactly.
Crash into the game. Who knows what I did in Studio 3? Now I really need my best friend. Too legit to quit.
Wow. So many questions.
Yeah, I bet.
So many questions. Okay, Studio 3.
Yeah.
Pending.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna read mine, and now I'm probably gonna come across a wanker for reading something so long. But it's one of those things that when I noted it down, I was like, I'd love to have some kind of space in which I could just pop this up.
Oh, perfect.
So here it is, you know? Okay. This is a few Sundays ago. Okay, I'm on the tube and an elderly gentleman gets on and sits down opposite me. He glances down at my book and then smiles very subtly. Whether it's the book itself that pleases him or just the fact I'm reading a book, I'm unsure of. As he's preparing himself to rise at the next stop, I notice the laces are undone on his right shoe. Just as I'm about to tell him, another elderly gentleman sitting to my right does this. He's grateful to have been told. He gets off and heads straight for a bench to tie his lace. A younger man sits down in his exact seat, and the first thing he does is bend down and tie the lace on his right shoe. Myself and the older gentleman to my right give one another a look of satisfaction at the full circle nature of this seemingly inconsequential event.
Wow, did that really happen?
Really happened. It was, yeah.
That's unusual.
It was one of those.
Cool.
I couldn't believe it because he got off, and then I just looked and I thought,
and then you got your phone out.
And then I got my phone and had to note it down because it just felt like one of those moments where, you know, if this is a simulation, that's more evidence than anyone needs. That's the greatest
evidence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Awesome.
So there we go.
Just remembered that I have a note where I write down my dreams. That would have been interesting.
I have some weird dreams in here. Yeah.
I had one the other day that was like, there was loads of oriental short hair cats.
Wow.
You know that breed? I think
The
that's
ones,
what it's called.
the kind of the ones that look inside out.
Yeah, there was like millions on my street. It was cool.
Wow.
So cool. Yeah.
I wonder what that means.
I know. I should look it up because
Yeah.
you get like dream dictionaries.
I dream about dogs quite a lot.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that dog in you.
That dog in me.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.